I'm Kathy Holmes from Nanaimo Family Life and your host for Wise Folks.
You're listening to CHLY 101.7 FM.
When you get to be a wise folk, you realize you can't know it all. We're all in this together. So let's have a conversation about issues related to the third stage of life. I'm Kathy Holmes from Nanaimo Family Life and your host for Wise Folks.
And it's Monday at 1 o'clock, but it really feels like Sunday at 1 o'clock. Or at least that's how I want it to be, particularly with the last show. Blessings to that show. I feel like I had to, cut them off at the part. I didn't want to cut them on. Thank you. Well, they were discussing the biblical side of the name pronunciation for the Hebrew of Jesus. And so it was really quite interesting. And
sounds interesting.
It was very interesting. You're probably pretty darn familiar with the echo in the booth right now. I'll bet you know who that is. Just saying. And in case you don't, the beautiful Teresa Ostman, Teresa Ostman is in the booth. I never call you Teresa anymore. I'm so careful. But I just want the world to know on this very fine spring Monday that this weekend went by in such a flutter. And I'm not going to go into the details, but let's just say that one of my former guests, or my guest from a few weeks back, Michelle Jarvis Winnicott, was in my home as the dog whisperer. The dog psychic came to help me out this weekend during a very challenging episode between my two little Jack Russells. So I'm very grateful that Michelle came out, and not to, take any thunder away from that, but to add to the fabulousness of it all is that she'll be returning next week on our show. So I'm really quite grateful to have her aboard with us. But before that is this week. And this week, it's a springy kind of week. It's daffodils, it's flowers. I know it's still a little bit cold, but it warms our hearts.
Flowers are starting to bloom, Kathy. I've seen them out there.
I know. I'm just in shock and awe. Teresa Ostman is fabulous. And she is today going to talk to us about the Women's Expo, right?
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Yes, we have got the Wellness News Women's Expo. It's coming up on February 9th. It's a Saturday. It's roughly a week and a half away. It's at the Vancouver Island Conference Center in downtown Nanaimo.
Away.
I know.
Really?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Time is very interesting. I don't know if everybody faces it this way, but I was saying to my sister, who is
Isabella.
Co-producing. Isabella. She co-produces the Expo and the Wellness News Choices for Healthy Living newsletter with me. But I was saying to her today that January seems like it's been a really, really long month. And usually, time just flies. But January seems like it was a long month, and I'm not quite sure why that is. Christmas seems like it was 6 months ago.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I did not find that January was a short month.
No.
But what I did find this month, and one of the reasons why I think everybody needs to go to the Expo as well, is I found that for a lot of the people that we work with through Nanaimo Family Life Association and through other organizations that we all belong to, active people in our community, we've seen a lot of people really struggling with some tougher times, right? There's been quite a few deaths. There's been quite a few illnesses. There's been, unfortunately, several car accidents or physical challenges, and just about every person that I know has experienced something. And I know it has to do with the moon and all of that. Believe it or not, I just know it does.
Yeah, the super flood wolf moon.
That's, I think, what it was, the super flood wolf moon.
Something like that.
Shouldn't they make a television series called that?
I know. I've never heard all these names for moons before.
Neither have I. In fact, I'm shocked out of my mind that there's even that many kinds of moons out there. I mean, I just look and go, moon, sun,
moon,
I mean, on the calendar, quarter moon, a clear night, you might see something, but I don't name it blood red moon.
It was really spectacular when it came up, though. It was almost like a harvest moon size. And then when the eclipse started, it was pretty cool.
Now, did you go out and do the eclipse hunt watch?
No. I looked out my back window and I saw, there's the moon. It's starting to get covered up.
Really?
And then
so you did kind of see
I saw it. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
I didn't. I felt it.
You felt it, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I
a
did.
lot
I felt
of
it.
people have felt it, and it's really interesting how we're affected by not just the people we surround ourselves with, or the food we eat, or the work we do, but by things we really have no control over.
Yes.
And if we're aware of them, at least we can do things to overcome the effects, or kind of bounce off the effects a little bit. And that's part of the Wellness News Women's Expo, is that we have 115 exhibitors from all aspects of health and well-being.
Yeah.
And well-being is health, it's nutrition, it's shopping, it's indulging, it's being informed, it's educating yourself on what's out there. And that's every month, it seems like there's something new to explore and look into to see. Can it make us be healthier? Can we be better than we are today or yesterday?
And 2019, I think, is the year for health for a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
When you look at, I don't know, are you a horoscope follower? Do you do any,
I do
dabble
a
little bit
I
of
do
that?
a little bit.
Yeah, I dabble. I mean, I recognize that we are in charge of our choices in life and all of that stuff, but I do dabble. And in the dabbling, what I've seen from all the way through, my favorite is Georgia Nichols. She's been writing for the Province newspaper and for lots of our local papers for ever in a handbasket. She's very, very well known. And she's, I found mostly right. I mean, as it goes, right?
Yeah.
And in all of the signs this year, it's talking about change. Positive change, beautiful change. So when you're going to places like Wellness Expo and you're looking at the different things that are out there for you, it's good to embrace that change.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't cost anything to do it.
No.
One day
to
check it all out
Yeah.
and to go from space to space.
It's free to attend.
And it's free.
It's a Vancouver Island Conference Center. It's a beautiful facility. It's downtown Nanaimo. Lots of parking is available.
And
a beautiful facility.
You can also be somewhat philanthropic at the same time. Because
Yes,
if you have your
can.
ticket, you can rip that ticket. Who are you donating to this year?
Well, we have the VIP tickets that we've printed. We've printed 10,000 tickets. And so the event is free to attend. If you come with a VIP ticket that you can pick up from our exhibitors, sponsors, and distribution points for the Wellness News Choices for Healthy Living publication. So if you come with one of those, we will donate 50 cents per ticket to the Samaritan House More Room for Hope campaign, and they're raising money for a new women's shelter, which is so sorely needed here in Nanaimo. So we always pick a woman's charity or women community project.
Who was it last year?
To donate. Last year it was the Nanaimo Women's Resource Center.
That's right. Yes. So this year, Samaritan House. And you said something about them building a new facility. I should know this, but unfortunately I don't. Tell me more.
The campaign specifically that we are raising money for is the More Room for Hope. Right. And that is to expand the existing shelter. I don't know the statistics off the top of my head, but many, many women are turned away every month from seeking shelter. So we really need to have more space available for women.
Yeah, and pray that we never need them.
Exactly.
The reality is that it's.
And what's happening now is that this Wise Folks it's for the third part of your life, and the sad truth is that it's a lot of older women who are now needing help. Yeah. With the rise of food prices and apartments, rent, it's a lot of older women. So it's just a really great cause, and we're so excited to have them as our charity. They will be there talking about the programs that they put on. They're also with the Crisis Society. And they will be taking donations. And certainly when you come to the door with your ticket, your free ticket to get in, if you want to match our donation of 50 cents or more, we'd gladly take it all and donate it to the
absolutely. So it's not only are you looking after you, you're looking after some of the others of our community, and that's super important. Yeah, some people say to us, well, what do you need a ticket for if it's a free event? But we find that the ticket is a good reminder that, I have this event to go to, but also, the charity aspect. Yeah, I think that's the important part. I think that the ticket piece is it reminding you that this is an event.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. I mean,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
you can go if you don't have a ticket for sure, but this is I've got a place to be. I was going to say on Saturday, but it's not on a Saturday.
Well,
What day is
it is. It's Saturday,
Oh, Saturday,
February 9th.
February 9th. Okay,
Yes,
my
just,
apologies.
a week and a half away. I'm not going to point out any specific events, but there certainly are events here in Nanaimo and other parts of the island that charge. They charge up to $10 for admittance. And I'm going to blow my own horn a little bit, or our horn, in that people have said to us that our events are more enjoyable and more informative and better organized than some of those where they have to pay to get in. And
Absolutely.
ours
I've been
are
to your
free.
events. They're amazing. And certainly through the
Exactly.
Nanaimo Senior Services Network, you're on our the chair of our events committee.
Yeah.
I mean, you've put these events on for us as well. And people talk about them for weeks afterwards. I mean, they're just wonderful.
My background is event management. I've done events all over the world. And
Tell us about that a little bit. We have the time. Come on, imbibe. I get to interview you.
well,
and
yeah, I have been very fortunate and just have done wonderful things in my life. And I did a lot of event management here in Canada, and then I had an opportunity with a friend of mine who worked with mobile app developers, and she wanted to put on mobile app developer conferences across the world and have the big companies pay for them. So it was the AT&Ts, the Intels, the Googles, the IBMs, NBCs, those type of companies would pay for us to put on conferences and have the mobile app developers come free to attend. So we did events all over Europe, Asia, all over North America, anywhere up to 2,500 people.
Wow. Where was your favorite place? I'm a Europe girl, so I'd be thinking Europe all over, but everyone's different.
Singapore was really interesting because it's in Asia, but when you're there, it's as if you were in the Western world. And that one's particularly memorable because the day of our event, there was a flood in downtown Singapore, and so everybody was told to not leave their homes because all downtown was under 4 feet of water. Yeah, so.
Well, you're only 4 feet tall. Not quite, but you're not that tall. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, there was a few people that made it to the conference center before the flood, and some people who didn't. I mean, we had a lower attendance. What can you do? Like, sometimes it's just acts of nature. There had been some. They had a big drop of rain, a big deluge of rain, and some of the outtakes were plugged, which is what caused the water to back out. So it wasn't a long-lived event, but it was enough to really cause a lot of grief.
Well, and a little bit of excitement at the same time. I've been out of country during tail ends or beginnings of. I've either flown in or flown out just when something freaky is passing over. Never catastrophic, like like in New Orleans, right, with the big floods there. But certainly enough where windows were taped down, the deluge of rain raised in the streets very high, planes weren't flying out. I, in fact, was on my way to Florida once to sail with a friend of mine, and I landed in not Malibu. That's California. I landed in, you have to go there to go to Key West. It's a main.
Fort Lauderdale or Miami?
No, Miami. That's it, Miami. I landed in Miami, and we couldn't get anywhere near the tarmac. Or we got on the tarmac. We couldn't get to the gate. And we couldn't get to the gate because we'd been hit by lightning and water, and none of us could leave, right? Water was rising up in the airplane. And so we're sitting in the plane. And I mean, it only came up as high as our shoes,
well,
but
still, that's pretty freaky.
That's a lot of, and we knew we'd been hit because the pilot foolishly told us. And so we were stuck on the tarmac for like 3 hours before they would let us out of our plane. So of course I missed my next flight, which was to Key West, and my friend was sailing, and so he was dogged up going, well, where is she? Where is she? No, and I couldn't communicate. I couldn't call him, like nothing. So I flew in the next morning, and thanks be to God he was still there.
Well, good thing everything turned out okay.
Well, and these things happen on, amazing adventures, right? I mean, there's stories that you get to share with other people. So what made you decide that you really wanted to do event planning, this kind of work?
Way back, 30 years ago, I got involved with
so you've been doing it that long?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, long time.
Yeah, I've been doing event management for a long time, and it was more local things in Winnipeg at the time. And
Winterpeg?
Winterpeg, Manitoba. And boy, sometimes I look at the Weather Channel and I see that minus 30, and I go, wow, I'm glad I got out of there.
No
7.5 years ago, I escaped.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'm a marketing consultant, and that was my background. And a lot of times, marketing strategies for businesses, including going to events or even hosting workshops or seminars of their own. And so that's sort of how I fell into it and found out that I was good at it.
Yeah.
And when you're good at something, then and you enjoy it, then why not?
I couldn't agree
do more
with you
more of that.
Which is going to bring us to wellness news and all kinds of great stuff. But before we go down that road, we're going to take a quick break in conversation. We're going to play a little Madeline Perreault here. She's actually one of the most delightful singers. She is kind of bluesy, kind of jazzy, kind of folky, and this is from her 2016 album, Secular Hymns. But yeah, kind of cool, hey? Especially at the start of the hour. So when you think of it that way. Having said that, she's not necessarily a spiritual singer, but she's pretty darn fantastic. And the song that we are going to play out for you is called Shout, Sister, Shout. And since we're talking about a women's expo, I'm saying we need to shout it out. And we're shouting, sister, shouting, and we're telling all about it. And it makes me want to go shout, shout. Let it all out.
Well, I'm not going to sing. I sing really badly.
I'm not a good singer.
But we'll shout about that Women's Expo because it's a great thing.
We are going to shout about the Women's Expo. Women's Expo. Today is the first day with my new mouth. And I'm still working out the kinks. Something I need to share with you, however, today that is very exciting, and I'm really thrilled to be able to announce this coming up, is on February the 7th, we're having an information session in Nanaimo Family Life Association for the brand new Anxiety Mindfulness Group in partnership with the YMCA and Nanaimo Family Life Association. We're bringing together, I think it's like 6 weeks long or 8 weeks long from February 21st till April the 4th. Every Thursday night from 6 to 8:30, a way to deal with some of the stuff that's happening in your life. So this is a mindfulness group specific to do with anxiety. And we're very excited to partner, as I said, with the YMCA. The person that you want to talk to, because you absolutely must attend the information session prior to coming. You can't just come to the event without going to that. So you have to go on February 7th. If you can't, you need to talk with Mia Marica. She is our volunteer coordinator at Nanaimo Family Life Association. And you can find her at Mia, M-I-A, Marica, M-A-A-R-I-K-A, at nflabc.org. And usually I tell you to grab a pen and paper because there's always information you're going to write down. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, don't worry. We'll make sure that you get this information again one more time before the end of the show. You're listening to Wise Folks on CHLY 101.7. In the booth with me today is the fabulous Teresa Ostman. And just before we went for the tune, we were talking about your career path and where you're going. So it sounds... some of these shows that are out there that look so magnificent, people don't realize how hard it is.
There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. The smoother and better something looks, the more work it was.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Yeah. It's just not. But you make it look so easy, darling. You make it look so easy.
Thanks. I really do enjoy it, and I enjoy giving exhibitors the opportunity to show their services and products, because often it's hard for consumers to find them if it's not in a place where they gather specifically about health and wellness.
Well, I can just tell you that last year at the Women's Expo, we did do a taping of Wise Folks there, if I'm not mistaken. We did one of the Dan and Dan segments. But I also had the opportunity to wander around and play. And I found an incredibly interesting booth there. I can't tell you the name of the booth or even the company. I just know that they were so cool. And they had all kinds of different tinctures and vitamin supplements and things like that. And I found the best vitamin B12 under the tongue tincture.
Yeah.
And the vitamin D one as well. And they were, I would say, reasonable by compared to any other vitamin B. But, oh my goodness, it was marvelous.
Vitamin B, and I'm not a doctor or health practitioner, but I've certainly been told by pharmacists and doctors that that vitamin B, really B12, in order to be absorbed by the body, and as we get older, it's even harder for the body to absorb. The best way is under the tongue and let it dissolve there.
Absolutely.
If you just take the tablet like you do anything else, you're getting very little value.
And it goes right into the bloodstream, and I can't process vitamin B at all. Like, I have a very difficult time processing it. So if it comes in a tablet form, or even in like the multivitamins, they cause me a lot of problems. Multivitamins, I actually have to take gel caps. I can't at all take, and it's partially the fillers, partially just the way the consistency is. But vitamin B is for stress and for growth and for all the good stuff. So skin, everything.
There's lots of practitioners at the Women's Expo who can talk to you about what is the best thing to take if you have different allergies or if you have different needs. We have exhibitors, right?
Who are some of the exhibitors this year?
I was just going to start telling you about those. We have exhibitors that are more on the medical side. We have naturopathic doctors, acupuncturists, physiotherapists, chiropractors. And then we have more of the natural healers, energy healers. We have people,
massage therapists.
We have massage therapists. We have people who sell essential oils and are very knowledgeable about the use of essential oils over maybe more chemical forms of medication. We have people selling clothes, because clothes shopping is part of overall well-being.
Absolutely.
We've got makeup. We've got makeup applications. We've got cosmetics. We've got facial. We've got services to do with coaching, business coaching, or personal coaching, or finding your best self, how to take care of yourself. Are you a caregiver for elderly parents? There's information on that sort of thing. Like, there's just the whole gambit. And of course there will be some of the vitamins. A pharmacy will be there, some supplements, but just a whole variety. We are very conscious of making sure that the attendees have a good experience. So we don't have half the show be the same type of businesses. It's very varied, and you don't find more than 2 or 3 of the same type of business represented. So you can come there and spend the day. Last year at the Women's Expo, what we heard from attendees as they left was, I didn't give myself enough time. I could have spent the day here.
Yes, good reminder that you can. Yeah. I know I was there with a dear friend of mine came in from Vancouver on that day. And she wrote back. She said, because I was showing on my Facebook page, I was spreading your words. And my girlfriend wrote back to her and said, "Is this the one we went to last year?" And I said, "Yeah, get over here."
Yeah, that's good. That's great. Oh, good. 2 people are coming.
That's right. Check mark. Check mark. Check mark.
Well, and the exhibitors are also told us that one of their biggest complaints was that they didn't have time to visit the other exhibits because there were so many attendees who were interested in talking and finding out more. So it was engaged. And if you want to find out about things, come and check it out. Now, of course, we have 115 exhibitors of all different shapes and sizes. We also have information, health talks. And our health talks are also on many different topics. And one of the things that I'm really conscious of, again, having put on conferences and attended conferences all over the world, there's nothing that I hate more than going to a seminar to be sold to for an hour.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more.
Where all they do is sell their product or service. So our health talks, it's very important that you come away with some information that you can implement and use in your life without paying a cent for a product and service from the presenter.
Absolutely.
So that's hugely important.
So who is speaking this round?
Oh,
do you happen to know who?
Yeah,
There's so many.
there are 17. Mm-hmm. There's 17.
17 health talks?
Yeah, 17 health talks. There's 3 of them happening at the same time. They start at 10:30 and they go on the half hour. So 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30.
Right.
So there's
so
6.
every hour on the half hour.
Yeah, that's how to say
Just
it.
making sure.
Yeah.
We're good.
And and so there's 3 of them going on at the same time because people have different interests. So I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown.
Please do.
We have something. One is called Wellness for Wonky Women.
Wellness for wonky
For
women.
wonky women. How to achieve balance when nothing else seems to work. I know I can relate to that. I know Kath. I'm pretty sure Kath.
I'm just
can
rolling
relate
my
to
eyes
wonky.
going, I think that was written for me. Like, don't get me wrong, but who's presenting that baby?
We've got one. Oh, that's Parmelia Parham from. She's an emotion code certified practitioner with vibrational healing. So she's doing Wellness for Wonky Women. We've got Flor Varga from Inspired Women, and her topic is best laid plans: how limiting thoughts sabotage our success and what to do about it.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, again, just some really interesting interesting areas. We've got Lone Odgers. She's an acupuncturist, and she's talking about acupressure for pain and well-being. So she'll show you actual acupuncture or acupressure points that you can do with your own fingers to help with pain and feeling of wellness.
Cool.
We got a hypnotherapist coming, Natalie Restored.
Have you ever been hypnotized?
I have not. Maybe a little of self hypnosis, but this one she actually does a mind reshaping live experience, and so so you will experience a little bit of a hypnosis episode. This is a 2-hour workshop. She's the only 2-hour workshop. It's at 10:30 on the Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, Ron Walker from the Kidney Foundation is talking about kidney disease. 1 in 10 statistic. And I've heard this presentation. Kathy, I know you've heard this presentation.
Indeed. Yeah, Ron's great.
And
he does a good
Ron
job on
is going to be talking a little bit about some specifics for women and kidney disease. But for the most part, kidney disease knows no gender and doesn't even know any age. It attacks anybody. And it's really eye-opening.
What I found from the talk when Ron had presented it for us a while back was that most people don't even know that they have kidney disease until they're already in third, fourth stage.
And by that time, it's often dialysis that's needed.
Right. It's alarmingly surprising just how much.
Yeah. And Ron is going to have some nurses too at his booth doing blood pressure checks.
Wonderful.
And so we've got one on tips on choosing the right supplement for you. And now that was something like what Kathy mentioned earlier. Is there's so many supplements. You go to the pharmacy and you're staring at this wall and what and
but it's bad enough at the pharmacy, but when you go into like
health
Charlie
foods,
Brown's or the health food stores, it's like
there are
where do you
many
begin?
shapes, sizes, colors, and prices.
Yes.
I mean, Again, I'm not an expert at this at all, but I have been told that a $5 bottle of something can be as good as a $100 bottle of something. It's just that for the $100, someone's making a whole heck of a lot more money.
Oh, no, it's true. It's absolutely true.
It's just what to look for in that. And that's NRX is doing that one. Rebecca from NRX is doing that one. Oh, and we got a naturopathic doctor, Dr. Daniela Jessen. She's with VitaCare Natural Health Clinic, and she is doing a talk on feeling your best through menopause.
Oh.
So that's going to be a really
but there's not
really
enough time to sign up for all of them.
Yeah,
they're all really spectacular.
They're all going to very shortly. They're all going to be listed with their times on our website, which is wellnessnews.ca/Women's Expo. Or if you just go to wellnessnews.ca, you can follow the nav links to the expos, and they'll be there with the time slots. We're also publishing the whole list of talks in the Nanaimo Bulletin. It will be in the Nanaimo Bulletin on Thursday.
Wonderful.
So, so take a look. There's talks on nutrition, There's talks on balancing hormones, like through pregnancy and even the PMS and that sort of thing. Also.
Now, when you come to the Women's Expo, do you have to sign up for these in advance?
No, they're first come, first serve.
Yeah.
There's also going to be some interactive where you're actually going to be participating in some of the activities. So, yeah. So really, you can come spend the whole day. There is a concession it's a paid concession, but there's some healthy options. There's some delicious soups and wraps and salads that you can purchase fairly inexpensively. So yeah, you can come for the day.
Goodness.
Now, are you going to ask me about the one thing that you think is the most exciting about the Women's Expo?
Sure. I'm going to ask you, what do you think is the most exciting?
Well, what I know what you think is. What is it?
Based on what you've said?
She's blowing Diva Oasis.
Oh, I forgot about the Diva Oasis. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the Diva Oasis.
Diva.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Diva Oasis is sponsored by HBC, Hudson's Bay, and they are going to be doing makeup applications in the Diva Oasis.
Did you have clearance from them?
Yeah.
Last year? Are they?
Yeah, clearance.
Clearance this year as well?
I think it's clearance.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but definitely HBC will be in the Diva Oasis. They're also sponsoring part of our Grand Door Prize. Which don't let me forget to tell you about that.
No, it's okay. My eyes are popping out of my head because I think that door prize can't wait too much longer because it's so cool.
So there's makeup applications in the Diva Oasis. There's massage. You can have for a small fee or by a donation to our charity, the More Room for Hope Women's Shelter. So massage, reflexology, lashes, artificial lashes, little mini manicures. We're looking at adding someone to do hair in there.
Oh,
I think that's going to come. That's going to come in. We got a photographer in there, so you can have some fun photos taken. And we've got the Use.ca. They've come on as a sponsor, and they're putting their Chill and Charge Lounge in there, so you can take a little bit of a rest, charge your phone, that sort of thing. That's in the Diva Oasis too. So
I love the idea. The Chill and Charge.
Now, did I miss something? I hope I didn't. But anyway, so there's actually something sort of for everything. You can go in there, and we're going to have it's a very special door prize just for the Diva Oasis to make sure that you make your way into there. And see the lovely ladies.
But that's not
there.
the same as the door prize.
The door prize. Well, we have just amazingly generous sponsors and exhibitors, and so HBC, they're doing a $500 shopping spree at Hudson's Bay, at the Bay. We've got Great Socks for All, Voxx Life. They're one of our sponsors, so they're giving away socks and insoles. And then we have got just a mirage of other exhibitors. We're up over $5,000 in value.
Yay.
Over $5,000 in value, and that's going to be won by one person.
All of the stuff is going to win.
It's all one person. And we want you to come out. We want you to come and check out the expo. Make sure you come so you can enter the door prize. Like last year, it was, I believe it was $1,700.
So this year is
and the lady who won it was just overwhelmed.
Yeah, no kidding.
There is product. There's massages, facials, healing sessions. Just you name it. It's amazing. You'll keep you busy for a year or more.
I am just stoked. My eyes are popping out of my head. I am so stoked that I have to take a break from music. I have to gather my thoughts. So we're going to bring in a little of the gathering of the thoughts because you've made me so excited about all of this stuff. I want to tango until I'm sore, which
February
is the
9th.
song, by the way.
Don't forget, come February 9th.
Come February, I will be there. Madeline Perot up on us with Secular Hams, tangoing until our feet are sore at the Women's Expo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and she's so French. She's so French. She's sending us all off to smile And there's more to smile about. There's something really spectacular that's coming to our town. Besides the Women's Conference, don't get me wrong. This is a different date, though. This is the Medical Cannabis Conference shout out. I need to remind you all that on March 23rd, by the way, I hope you have your pen because I told you that we've got some stuff to write down. March the 23rd at the conference center as well, Nanaimo Family Life Association is hosting the very first of hopefully more to come, the Medical Cannabis Conference, where we've brought in some experts to talk to us about what the differences are between THC, CBD, how the cannabis can work as a health management tool. We've got some experts and panelists coming to share the information. You will find more information about that if you go directly to Nanaimo Family Life Association.ca or the Medical Cannabis Conference.ca, or you check us out on Facebook as Medical Cannabis Conference, or just NFLA, and you'll find out more information. Tickets are only $25. They're selling out fast. You need to get yours right away. Absolutely, we do that online. So www.medicalcannabisconference.ca, and for more information, you can also give us a call. Nanaimo Family Life Association, 250-754-3331. Alice will be happy to take your information. And while you're calling about the Medical Cannabis Conference, you may want to give us a call as well about our February 7th information session. It's the Anxiety Mindfulness Group in partnership with the YMCA. We are very excited to hold this every Thursday evening from February 21st until April 4th. You must actually attend the info session in order to participate in this free workshop, but it is going to be fabulous. So again, that information session is February 7th, and you can talk to Mia Marica, Rika at Nanaimo Family Life Association, BritishColumbia.org, or nflabc.org, or give us a call at 250-754-3331. You are listening to Wise Folks on CHLY 101.7. I'm Kathy Holmes. I'm your host, and I love hosting on Mondays. It's great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. Not only thank you for tuning in to listen to the great music that we have and great information, but you also get to listen about great events like the one that Teresa Ostman has been working so hard on, along with her partners and partnerships within the community to bring something fabulous to you. So Teresa, tell us more.
So yes, we have sponsors and community partners, and we're really grateful for that because it makes it possible for us to have the Women's Expo.
Absolutely.
The exhibitors do pay to exhibit. We keep the costs reasonable because we want to have a wide variety. We don't just want the big companies that can pay the bigger dollars. Mm-hmm. And the community partners and sponsors make it possible. So HBC, Hudson's Bay, the Bay is one of our sponsors, and Voxx Life Great Socks for also one of our sponsors. Our community partners are the Vancouver Island Conference Center, the Nanaimo and Voyager Magazine.
Hey, Judy, thank you, bud.
Yeah, thank you. And the Nanaimo Bulletin. Sean is great over there.
He's awesome as well.
Nanaimo Bulletin. Use.ca are helping us promote, and of course they're putting in the Chill and Charge lounge into the Diva Oasis, and
nice.
Seniors 101. It's Seniors website, and they help promote the expo. So thanks, Roy, for that.
Yeah,
I really appreciate the support from the community because it just wouldn't be possible without it.
Absolutely.
And it's really important, the different types of exhibitors, because it's just stuff you don't find out about unless you see them when you're in one place like this. And the 115 exhibitors, take a look on the website, wellnessnews.ca/Women's Expo, and take a look. Like they're all listed, and they're just all kinds from people that protect you or things that protect you from Wi-Fi signals, the EMF that's in the air, to cosmetic surgery, to energy healing, to physiotherapy, and sort of everything in between, clothing, and just a lot of things for well-being.
Well, you know what? It's going to be a really, really wonderful expo. But I'm going to change the subject for a second.
Okay.
Just, I'm shameless and selfless. I can at the same time. For those of you who don't know, Teresa Ostman is also, her and her sister both, Isabella as well. They also, not only do they run the wellness news, which I really would like to talk about for a few minutes, they're also guest hosts on Wise Folks, our television program. And so we are so delighted to have them every, once a month we put out a new show. We're tidying up the last bits right now as we speak of the emergency preparedness show, which will be coming out because thank you, Doug, who is amazing. Doug was able to do most of the work this morning, and so it's just a matter of putting a little bit of paint on it and slapping it out the door, and it'll be on very soon, hopefully before the end of the week, to share with the community. But we couldn't do the show without you guys. No. It's just so great.
That show, even radio, I run the Wellness News Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month at 1:00.
That's right.
So that's coming up on February 6th. So that's really my first step into the radio world. I'd been a guest a couple of times, and suddenly I'm a host. And also with the Wise Folk, the TV show. I mean, I had never done anything like that, and suddenly I'm interviewing and hosting and reporting and doing camera and floor directing, and it's fun, and it just shows that anybody can do anything at any age.
And so you need to enjoy trying new things.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
I also want to give a shout out to Dale Harvey, who's also part of that crew and also has a show on CHOY every Thursday. His show is at 11 on Thursday mornings, or is it at 1? Or are we all at 1?
No, it's 11.
It's at 11. Dale, if you're listening, it's okay. You can call in and remind us what time your show is. I'm pretty sure it's 11 o'clock on Thursdays. Wellness Wednesdays also has Teresa Ostman, of course, but also Pam Edgar, who everyone knows from CHLY for many, many years.
She's doing a presentation actually at the Women's Expo. I forgot to mention her.
She's also doing one at the Medical Cannabis Conference.
See? And her presentation at the Expo on February 9th is
pain management.
Caregiving and intimacy, discussion of sex and intimacy in a relationship, which is just as we get older, women,
you go, girl.
We'd rather have a glass of wine and chocolate than intimacy.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, so some women.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay.
I think it just depends. It depends.
Depends.
Oh yeah, no, not those kind of depends. Totally different kind. So so Pam Edgar is also very well known, and she, like I said, or like Teresa said, she's going to be speaking at the Women's Wellness Show. Ginny Gosson is also on that show. Who else is on Wellness Wednesdays?
That's it.
That's it.
Oh no, Sandra Sova. Sandra Sova does the second Wednesday.
Absolutely. So it's really another great show. So if you're thinking about 1:00 anywhere in the city, you want to be thinking Wise Folks Wellness Wednesdays, and then shift it to Dale's financial show, which is at 11:00. We're coming close to the time, but we're not there yet. We've got a few minutes left, and because this show is Wise Folks, and it. I like all of our listeners to, first of all, make sure that if you haven't written down the information we've already given you, that we're going to shout out the information for when that conference is. When the Women's Expo is, as well as the conference and the other stuff we've talked about. We'll do that before we close. So make sure you have a pen and paper in hand. But Teresa, when you think about your career in creating these timeless events, right? What's been your takeaway? What's been, why, if some of our students from VIU are listening to this, or anybody who's thinking about changing their career or doing something different, what life lesson would you like to share?
Well, for me, when I first started my career in marketing consulting and putting on events, it was a job.
Yeah.
It was like I needed to make a living, and as time went on, and as I got older, I realized that it wasn't all about the money, and I was more conscious of what I was doing to earn that money, and making sure that it was meaningful.
Yeah.
And so 2.5 years ago, when we decided to make to start publishing the Wellness News Choices for Healthy Living, which is a paper publication, we wanted to bring that to the Central Vancouver Island because we wanted people to be aware of different services and products for well-being. So you didn't always have to go to the pharmaceuticals and your doctor to get help, that you were you'd be able to find other ways of healing. And that came from having elderly parents. They're 89 and 90 now, and we wanted to have alternatives for them. And so being able to publish something that made a difference, because people are reading in doctor's office at health facilities. It made a difference because it was sharing information that people might not always have. Yeah. And so it was a natural step then to go to the expos because not every business out there, we don't have 115 spots for advertising in our newsletter. And there's a lot of businesses that just need to get the word out a little bit. And so the expo was perfect, and attendees could get the information at one space. But it still is sharing health and wellness, and that's really the core. And that's with the Wellness Wednesday radio show, the Wise Folks. It's all sharing good information for people to maintain well-being past their 50s, into their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s even.
Absolutely. So, and we're living longer.
And so that's, for me, that's really shifted in the last 10, 15 years, where I'm now doing what I really enjoy doing, plus manage to earn a living doing it. And that's the perfect life. I'm incredibly grateful.
Well, and the good news about the kind of work that both of us do is it doesn't feel like we're going to work. I mean, some days, I mean, you always have days, right? There are some days that are certainly and arguably better than others. But, you know, when you're doing what you love, it's no longer work. So you said 2.5 years ago is when you started Wellness
that's
News.
when we started. That's when we started looking into the Wellness News. We published our very first issue March of 2017. And so we've just published our 24th.
Oh,
issue.
My goodness.
So 2 years, exactly 2 years.
So what were you doing before that then?
Well, I was a marketing consultant, and I was doing events.
So you were still doing events back then. And you moved from Winnipeg.
7.5 years.
7.5 years ago. So, well, good on you.
Yeah.
You know, it's been quite a joy and quite an experience. And you've certainly lit up our community. My goodness. Yeah. You and your sister both.
Love it here.
Yeah, it's not Winnipeg.
I try not to tell too many people because I don't want it to get too crowded.
I think we're both in the same boat for that. It's like, we love you, but stay where you are. You know, it's okay that our ferry system doesn't work as effectively as we always wanted, you know, unless we
bridge.
need it.
I don't want a bridge.
I don't want a bridge either. I don't think that many people really do want that bridge. Okay, sweetheart, it's time for us to shout out that information one more time. So just before you go, because I want yours to be the last one, I know that everyone's got their pen and paper once again for the Medical Cannabis Conference.ca, Medical Cannabis Conference, proudly supported actually by Wellness News as well as one of our bronze sponsors. The premise behind this particular conference is to teach people what they need to know as an older adult about what the issues are as they relate to cannabis and and medicine as an alternative. To be very, very clear, this will have a bit of a trade show component to it. We have probably 40 or so tables that are going to be there to share information. But most importantly, it's the health talks, and our health talks are pointed. They're discussing the issues that need to be talked about when it comes to medical cannabis. So it's at the Conference Center, March 23rd. Tickets are only $25. If you want to be a sponsor, you want to give us a call. The manager for that is Jane Vanette. Jane is at Nanaimo Family Life Association, or you can call me as well, or any of us at Nanaimo Family Life will be able to answer your questions. You can call us at 250-754-3331. Also on February 7th, of course, is the information session we've talked about already today. February the 7th, Anxiety Mindfulness group. It's going to be in partnership with the YMCA. You must attend the February 7th information session in order to belong to the 6-week or 8-week or whatever it is, Thursday nights from 6 to 8:30 from February 21st till April the 4th. So please make sure that you give us a call. Mia Marica is our representative from Nanaimo Family Life Association, and she's putting this on as the volunteer coordinator. Mia Marica is MIAMAARIKA at nflabc.org, or again 250-754-3331. Teresa.
So it's the Wellness News Women's Expo. It's on Saturday, February 9th from 10 until 5 at the Vancouver Island Conference Center at 101 Gordon in Nanaimo. It is free to attend. There's a $5,000 plus grand prize with the products and services available to be won by one lucky attendee. 115 exhibitors, 17 health talks, lots of great things going on. Come on down. It is a women's expo. We're encouraging men to come to buy Valentine's Day gifts because there's going to be shopping. So come on down. You can get all the information on wellnessnews.ca/women's expo. Hope to see you there.
Oh, yay. And I'm going. So, yes. And Teresa's going, and Isabel, and a whole bunch of us are going to be there. So, you know what? You just got to go. You've been listening to Wise Folks on CHLY 101.7 FM. Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to being with you next week, same time, same station. And we would love to share with you all kinds of goodies. Michelle Jarvis Wanacott will be our guest next week. So, hey, have a great week. Stay comfy, stay happy, and be a wise folk. Share your information with everybody. Thanks for everything. Bye for now.
Thanks, Kathy.